Egypt's stock market plunges over 3% on a lucrative bond issuance, and the UAE's non-oil private sector slows for the second month. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia. Egypt's stock market plunged by more than 3% today. The fall came after Bank Misr and the National Bank of Egypt announced they would offer a one-year savings certificate with 25% interest payable annually or 22.5% interest payable on a monthly basis. The two banks in separate statements said these certificates started issuing today through all branches and all of the bank's electronic channels. The EGX 30 index fell by 2.89%. The EGX 100 fell by 3.38%, and the EGX 50 fell by 3.32%. Bank ABC has completed the legal merger of its two Egyptian subsidiaries, Bloom Bank Egypt and Bank ABC Egypt. The two banks have now become a single legal entity after receiving final regulatory approvals. This follows Bank ABC's acquisition of a 99.5% stake in Bloom Bank Egypt in August 2021. The two banks will continue to operate a normal service while work carries on to fully integrate their products and services. Growth in the UAE's non-oil private sector slowed for the second month in a row in December as output and new business growth rose at the slowest pace in over a year. The S&P Global UAE PMI dropped from 54.4 in November to 54.2 in December. Both output and new business growth saw 15-month lows, while employment rose at the slowest rate in 8 months. S&P says domestic demand is strong, but weakness in the global economy led to a decrease in new export business. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest winner today is once again the world's richest man, LVMH's Bernard Arnault, up a staggering $12.4 billion today with net wealth of $191.5 billion. Our second biggest winner today is L'Oreal's Francois Bettencourt-Meyers, up $2.6 billion with net wealth of $74.4 billion. And our third place winner is Tencent's Ma Huateng, up $2.5 billion with net wealth of $38.8 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. Foreign investors withdrew more money from emerging Asian equities in 2022 than in any year since the global financial crisis. Rising U.S. interest rates pulled funds towards dollar assets. Data from stock exchanges in Taiwan, India, the Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and South Korea shows foreigners sold $57 billion in equities last year, the biggest outflow since 2008. Taiwan lost the most with $41.6 billion. MSCI's Asia Pacific Index plunged 19.4% last year, the biggest fall since 2008. British grocery sales rose 9.4% to a record $15.3 billion in the 4 weeks to December 25th, but growth was driven by price inflation rather than increased purchasing. Market researcher Kantar says sales volume actually fell 1% year on year, showing the challenges shoppers are facing during the cost of living crisis. Kantar says grocery price inflation was 14.4% in December, down from 14.6% in November. Prices rose fastest for dairy, dog food, and frozen potato products. And an auto garage in Kiev is giving beat-up cars a second life as battle-ready vehicles for Ukraine's military. It's trying to plug a supply gap as the war with Russia grinds on. The shop formerly specialized in collision repairs, but that changed after Russia invaded in February. Now its mechanics spend long days working on pickup trucks and buses requested by the military for tasks including transporting weaponry and surveillance drones. The vehicles are donated or purchased by fundraising Ukrainian volunteers. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.